Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Hey everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are thrilled to death that you are listening to our show, the last of the year.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes. I think this is going to be episode 451. 451, yeah. I think we might be ending on an odd number, which is okay. Nobody cares.
It's a prime number.
The year doesn't care.
I don't think anything is divisible other than itself.
Are you that good at math that you just figured that out?
It's a prime number, 451.
Okay. Sure. I took algebra 4 times.
I know you did. You liked it so much.
I liked it so much that I took it 4 times and still didn't graduate with the trophy there. I did graduate, just I didn't do so well in maths. But maybe our guest has done well in maths. Guest, who are you?
Justin from the company Mile End Effects.
Mile End Effects. And you are located in?
In Montreal, Canada.
Montreal, Canada. Yes. What is the capital of Montreal?
The capital of Montreal.
That's a trick
question. A better question would be, Montreal is the capital of what province?
It's actually not the capital of any province.
It's not.
It's, Quebec is the capital of Quebec City.
Oh, snap. Double snap.
See, it was a trick question.
Yes, and everybody was wildly Googling both of those things.
La capitale nationale.
Yes. That's what I was going to say, funny enough. Anyway, so we're going to have a great time because, boy, oh boy, we got a pedal here that just absolutely electrified Tony and I. It was, we can't wait to talk about it.
Especially at the 27-volt setting. I was electrified.
Was there something wrong with it? Or
I kept sticking my tongue on the end. And got a little shock.
Yeah. So where can people go to see the things that you do?
Lots of places. I guess you could go to my website. It's mileendeffects.org because I couldn't get the .com for that.
There's another Mile End Effects out there?
I don't know. I hope not, but it was already taken. So
that's wild.
But yeah, you could go there.
All right. And you're on Instagram, yes?
Yep. Yeah, there too.
Okay. Go to Mile End Effects on Instagram, and you can see all the cool stuff. And let's see, what else? I think that's probably good for right now. But please, if you're able to, while you are listening, go check out. And we're going to be reviewing the Echolette pedal today, which we have been anxiously talking about. So this is going to be a great time. Many of you have heard us talk about the Echolette many times, not just this pedal, but the actual unit that's come up on several podcasts in the past. So that's why we are so excited to get this derivative of that pedal, I guess you might say. We've got a handful of things that we're going to talk about before then. So, Tony, do you have any announcements?
Do I have any announcements? I don't believe I have any today.
None. You're going into a new year. You don't have the year's ending up. The year's winding up.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No big deal.
Okay, wait.
Just another year.
I have something instead of announcements.
What do you have?
Since it's sort of the end of the year, and please, we want to hear what you have to say, Justin. What is, without thinking about it too hard, Tony?
Yes.
Justin, you can think about it while Tony's thinking. What is the single coolest piece of gear you got this year?
This year?
Yes. I know you're stalling for time by repeating what I'm saying, but that's okay. I'll let you have that.
Or I can always use, that's an excellent question.
It's smarter than this year?
It does sound smarter now, doesn't it?
In 2016, what was your favorite?
Let me think. The thing that I appreciate the most was the and you gifted it to me.
Ah.
Was the Jimmy Page overdrive pedal from Hello Sailor.
Yes.
I really love that thing. I mean, also this year we had the Tony Baloney pedal.
I didn't gift it to you. He gifted it to you.
Well, okay, that's what I meant. You brought it back. You were the conduit.
Yes.
And also this year we had the Tony Baloney pedal, which was that was kind of sweet.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm going with
that. Was this year?
It was this year.
That's crazy.
I know.
It feels like it was last year.
Yes. Yeah.
It's almost last year. In a few days, it'll be last year.
So those are two of the coolest things that I got.
Okay.
This year.
Yeah, maybe one is too. Justin, do you have one single piece or even like two or three that you'd like to mention?
Yeah, it's tough because this year's been kind of I've been throwing caution to the wind and gobbling up all sorts of fun things. But I think earlier in the year, I ended up getting an old Fender Bass 6 from 1962, which is a really fun one.
Original pickups.
Yeah, original. It's the only way I was able to half afford it was it was refinished, but I mean that's okay for me. I tour with this stuff, so yeah, that's a really nice one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's got to be another one.
Should I give a guitar or something else?
Sure.
Yeah. There's also this old Gibson ES335 12 string. That I got from a guy in Chicago, which is a really, really nice one. I think it's 1966 or something like this. Really, really a big learning curve to play that thing because it's got a very small neck and you're cramming 12 strings into it, but it's such a gorgeous sounding instrument that it's been very inspiring.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for the old stuff. So
yeah, I mean, well, God, I mean, who's not? Let's just be honest. You know?
Yeah.
Especially if it works.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that probably the two that come to mind first. No, there's three. I think there's three that like really I immediately thought of, and we were fortunate enough to, I think, we get a lot of gear our way, and it's fantastic. But the Hello Sailor pedal that he made for me, like on the spot, tailor designed to exactly like picking the transistors and the resistors and the capacitors and everything.
Cool.
And that is a treble boost that he makes. Also, the gold skull fuzz from Dr. No that he sent was just mind-blowing. It's like, what an insane piece of art that is. A functional piece of art.
Yeah.
Those two things definitely stand out. And then Black Cat gave me a double cream humbucker, and also some really fantastic compliments about my band, and I was that was just great.
Is it Black Cat they make the pedals as well?
He makes it's Black Cat Guitar.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and he is in New Jersey, I believe. It's New Jersey, right, Tony?
I believe.
I think he's New Jersey.
So, yeah.
I probably got that wrong, but I think it's New Jersey. And yeah, he's just like this under the radar pickup winder that like the artist that he works with is like, whoa, pretty good stuff. And
nice.
He's been recommended by so many people. So we had him on the show, an absolute gem of a guy. And and he just said like, hey, I want you guys to experience, what I do. So that was super, super cool.
Awesome.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, we could probably all go on for quite some time about this year's gear.
That's what we're here for, aren't we?
It is. And you know what? How about this? How about we take a lightning round and maybe pick out like one more thing that because as soon as we start talking, we're like, oh, I should have mentioned this. We'll do that. We'll do like a little lightning break and stop. Okay. You seem like a very chill dude, and I appreciate that. I think most of the people that I've met from not just Montreal, I've met quite a few, but I think we just really like Canadians too. I have yet to meet a Canadian guitar gear person who isn't just a super awesome person. So,
man,
yeah. So don't blow it, Justin.
I won't. I mean, the feeling is mutual. I mean, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's get into what's going on in our music world this week. We're gonna kick it back off with Tony.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you go ahead.
Oh, you want me to
Please,
do it?
yes.
Oh, okay.
And then Justin's going to jump in.
Well, so this is kind of funny. So a while back, Bruce Bacon, a friend and sponsor,
yes,
had sent us a Lego Strat. What do they officially call it? The Lego Fender Stratocaster.
Yes,
and it comes with the guitar, a Princeton Reverb, my personal favorite amp, and some other goodies. And so
that's your personal favorite amp?
Princeton Reverb, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I love Princeton Reverbs. I would take those any day of the week.
Okay. I've never seen one in your shop or anything.
Well, that was my first amp.
Okay.
Ever.
Because you're AC30. I mean,
well,
AC15.
Now, yeah. But I still have
But that's your, okay.
I still have a soft spot for a Princeton Reverb.
You need to get one.
I do. I really should.
You should.
I mean, I had...
That actually is an amp.
My original was I think it was a 65 or 6 Blackface.
Okay.
And it was a great amplifier, and I didn't know what I had back then. That was 100 years ago. Anyhow, long story even longer. So my daughter's stepson, which I guess technically makes him my grandson, right?
I guess so.
Step-grandson.
That sounds like math, man.
What do you call those things? In all these blended families, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I'll just call him my grandson.
Little Joe.
No, it's not Little Joe. Anyhow, he helped me a while back put the guitar together.
Uh-huh.
And
do you not know how to use Legos or what?
Do I not know how? I wanted to do something that was, that we could do together.
Uh-huh.
And so it just so happened we had this thing, and I said, and he loves Legos.
Right.
And so he helped put the Strat together. Now, you could make the Strat either in red or black. I did it in black in honor of our fearless leader, Todd. And then I had this just, I was going to say, well, let's wait till Christmas time or whatever. When we get together, we'll put the amp together.
Uh-huh.
And things just, Jen was decorating the house. She says, "Can we move this down to your, studio space?" And I said, "Okay, well, let me put the amp together." Okay, this thing is more. I felt like I was actually building an amplifier.
Really?
Because you would think that it's just a box, right?
Yes.
No. It's got, look at that thing. It's got
capacitors and transistors and everything in there.
I remember seeing this. Yeah, it's cool.
It was more complicated than the guitar, and
it's got speaker with speaker wire and coil and everything.
Oh yeah, I had the tubes I had to put together.
The tubes?
Yeah, there's tubes. Take that back thing off.
The tubes.
Can you see them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the same pieces that came on the old NASA kits.
Yeah, probably.
I have those.
Anyhow,
it's got the cables that connect from the back to the speaker.
Yeah, there's a reverb tank down below too.
What?
With a spring in it that you can see. I mean,
insane.
It was totally insane. I thought, I'll put this together in about an hour, right?
Yeah.
Well, 2.5 hours later, Jen said, "Are you coming to bed?" Yeah. And I said, "I'm almost done. I gotta finish it. 2
hours later."
And anyhow, if anyone's up for a challenge, this thing is actually kind of cool. I mean, it's not a perfect rendition.
Well, it's made out of Legos.
Well, it's a Lego set, yes.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty awesome.
They did some pretty cool things, and it was actually pretty fun to put together. I hadn't played with Legos since I was a long
I might
time
get
ago.
one of those. I think I know so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might do that.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyhow,
That's
so
super cool, man.
that was what I did yesterday and this morning into the wee hours.
Wow. Outstanding.
But I wanted to have it done so I could bring it today for the podcast.
Yeah. You know what? Here's a weird little story about Legos. Justin, you played with Legos as a kid, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did they call them Legos in Canada?
Legos, they're called. Legos.
So far as I remember, yeah. Legos.
So when I was a kid, I think any of the boys out there probably sat there looking at their dads, shaving and doing man stuff, and I don't know why, but I used to love to, watch my dad just kind of get ready, and I would talk to him and he would talk to me, and it was great. And I was a little kid. And I was fascinated with this idea of shaving because, you saw it in all the old movies, and I was raised on old movies. So they shaved a lot in those old movies. I'm not really sure. There's a very famous shaving scene with Edward G. Robinson in Key Largo that I recall. And anyways, so one day I joined him in shaving because I built my own razor from Legos.
Ah,
yes, and just hey, it wasn't very complicated. It's like 3 sticks, but it was blue, just like because he was using the blue Bics, and so I came in and I held it up and I said I want to shave too, and so he gave me the ladder and I put it all on my face and we stood there. I stood on a little stool and he shaved in the mirror and I shaved in the mirror. And
did you cut yourself?
I did not. I was very good at it back then. But then years later, when I gave all my Legos to my daughters, I was sitting there playing with them, and I picked up a piece and I turned it over and I saw a bunch of like white kind of residue in there, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a piece of my old razor. And here I'm giving it to my kids so that we can play together. I was like, man, that was like a big cosmic moment, let me tell you.
I feel like I saw this in Toy Story 5.
Really?
No, I'm just
okay. I haven't seen that.
That
would be amazing if someone. Yeah, but it is kind of like it's a moment like that. It's a bit of a hallmark kind of moment, if you will.
Yeah.
But
That's
thanks
beautiful.
for reminding me of that beautiful memory, Tony.
Oh, you're very welcome. This is what I'm here for.
Yes. Justin, what's going on in your music world this week besides building these awesome pedals?
Gosh. Well, I just finished kind of some marathon sessions in the studio with my group.
Wow.
We finished a record, so that's pretty exciting.
Outstanding. And so what's your group?
It's a band called You Do Right.
You Do Right. Is that spelled with all the right words, or are you clever about it?
No, it's named after that old German band Can. They're kind of a weird psych band from the 60s. They had a song called You Do Right. And it's spelled
I thought that had something to do with Dudley Do Right.
Nope. Keep trying, Tony.
He was a Mountie,
Yes.
But they're a great band. You should absolutely check them out. They were like a big part of the kind of rebuilding of post-war German culture and the counterculture movement.
Oh wow!
In the 60s.
Okay. Is it CANN or
no? Just can like a can.
Okay.
CAN.
All right. Outstanding. So that struck a chord in you, I imagine.
Yeah. I had read a book about them, and And
Well, I'm going to listen to that on the way home from the podcast tonight. So thank you for that.
You'll love it, man. It's really great. It's
Cool.
good stuff.
And I do like, I like a lot of psych stuff out there. Not all. I think psych is one of those genres. Well, I guess just about every genre can have not so much these guys. So what are some of your other influences?
Oh man, I think that's kind of impossible to answer.
Okay.
I love music so much. It's what I do. I listen to. I know a lot of people will say I listen to everything, but no, I really, yeah.
Okay, give us 3 bands that you've recently listened to.
Been listening to a lot of an artist called Mary Lattimore.
Mary Lattimore.
Mary Lattimore, yeah. She's a harpist, but like a very experimental harpist. Just very. She plays like a lot of electronics and stuff.
Okay.
More in the realm of ambient music.
All right.
And I saw her perform at this festival we played in the Netherlands in this just massive medieval cathedral, and it was really special. So
wow.
I'm listening to a lot of her stuff these days. What else? Still, there's this band from Montreal from back in early 2000s called Silver Mount Zion.
Silver Mount Zion.
Yeah, they're members of that band, like Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they were kind of a super group, like Jessica Moss, who's a very talented violinist, was in that band. I always revisit them because they're one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. And who else? You said 3, right?
Yeah, like 3 is a good number.
Yeah. I've been kind of got back into Townes Van Zandt a lot lately.
Okay.
It's a really, really nice folk guy from the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
stuff. It
stuff.
seemed like there was a lot of famous people named Van Zandt back then. There's a lot of Van Zandts.
Not as many named towns though.
No, but there's not so many Van Zandts now in the public eye, but there seemed like there was a lot.
I think there's a lot of Novaks.
No, just one. I don't know. Like, am I alone in that?
No, it's funny because there's, I guess, like a lot of Dutch people ended up in North America and they did cool things. But I was recently looking into, like I was just being in Amsterdam and around Utrecht, and just like, what are some like bands that I would know from here, or like artists that I would know from here? And there's not actually a ton. Like, well, I'm sure there are more than Google could give me, but there's a lot of Dutch people who came here and did really cool things.
Yeah. Like set up New York and stuff.
Yeah.
But aside from that.
Then Townes Van Zandt, I guess.
Yeah, then that guy. Yeah. And then there's the cigar makers. The Dutch master cigars,
Yeah.
Anyways. Speaking of Amsterdam, I will share a story from Amsterdam. I was there for a moment on my way to and from Sweden, or at least from Sweden. Yeah, I don't think I stopped there on the way. But anyways, I had been dating this girl, and she was Swedish. We met in art school. I went back to visit her. It was great, and then it was terrifying and horrible and awful, and it was really sad, and I was devastated, like absolutely just devastated. And I remember waiting in the airport, and the thing that just like got me through was so Massive Attack had just come out with Mezzanine, and the Angel had just come. It's Angel, right? You are my angel. Yeah. And I just sat there and listened to that over and over and over, and that was the only thing that was like could parallel it was like mirroring the emotions that I was feeling, which was kind of a weird thing because I don't think I'd ever really done that, especially with music, purposefully. But that made me think a lot about like what music you listen to, either to get you in a mood, to keep you in a mood so that you can deal with things, or to help you escape from another mood. It was really kind of fascinating. Like, wow, I just did like a experiment on myself accidentally.
Yeah. And on top of that, being in an airport, it's an incredibly emotionally charged place. You know, it's such a transit hub, you know?
Yeah. So, Tony.
Yes.
I was going to mention, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to interrupt me now. You
Okay.
want to interrupt me now or wait?
What's going on in your musical world this week, Todd?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Tony. So this week, I mentioned before that we were covering this London from the Smiths, which I massive Smiths fan. I've always loved this song, and I've always been like, man, I would love to play that live. So I finally convinced my band to say, like, let's play this. And I talked on the last episode about how we were trying to find the right scale for the singer, blah, 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 blah. We used the HX Stomp, yabba, 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 yabba. But one of the other cool things is from another cool piece of gear that I got this year, which I was super stoked on,
Yes.
is the side jack standard from Eastwood.
Ah, yes.
And I put a Duesenberg trem on it.
Yes.
And
There was a special pick guard, I think, that was
there
on that
was a
one,
special
too.
pick guard, a beautiful gold sparkle guard. But here's the thing: in that song, one of the, I think he might be using a slide, one of the or something on there. But it's like it sounds like almost like a dive bomb or a slide. So I'm using the trem, and I'm like, ooh, I'm just gonna do this on every part. And I could tell that my strings were like, I don't like doing this because I've got a standard stop tail. A two-pneumatic bridge in there. Mm-hmm. So I called Chase and I said, hey, Chase, you got any roller bridges hanging around? And he goes, as a matter of fact, I do. So I went down there and we strapped on a roller bridge, and now it's smooth as butter.
I think that's always a nice thing.
Man, it's great.
I love roller bridges, especially with like Bigsby's or any of those other.
I have one on the Gold Viking that I have.
A roller one, too?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you
Yeah,
had a
it
roller
came
on
with that, which was weird because it also had a stop tail. So I don't know what was up with that, but but it came. That was like factory. It was like brand new. I don't understand.
That's interesting.
Anyways, so yeah, if you are, have considered maybe my strings are, hanging up, or my trim is constantly going out of tune or anything because it's pulling and grabbing and stuff.
Yes.
A little bit at a time. Get yourself a roller bridge, and they're silly cheap.
Yeah.
Pretty cheap.
Well, you could find any number of them. Some of them, if you're fortunate enough to have like a standard pneumatic style bridge, there's plenty of options there. There's some that require some modifications.
Yeah, like on Jags and Jazz Masters and stuff like that, right?
Well, yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, and actually, those for some reason, I don't usually put rollers on anything with a Jazz Master tremolo.
Don't those naturally are supposed to like rock back and forth?
They're
right?
supposed to rock back and forth a little bit, and they can be tuning nightmares, but
yeah.
The key is heavy strings and to not care too much about if it sounds good.
Yeah, that's right.
The wisest thing we've ever heard on the show.
It's called natural chorus.
Called rock and roll.
Yeah.
I keep all the original bridges on my old Jags and Jazz Masters.
Yeah.
Well,
you'll have to tell us some of those about when we get into the real business there. Speaking of real business, Tony.
Yes.
I almost ended up going to the hospital this week because I left one of my Tour Gear Designs patch cables on the floor and I didn't see it at night. And just as I was about to step on it with the jack sticking straight up,
oh dear,
it caught a glint of light, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute!" And I almost impaled myself, which I've impaled my feet several times, and I really don't recommend doing that.
You would think you'd learn from the first time.
You'd think. So anyways, fortunately...
You did not impale yourself.
I did not impale myself, but I picked it up and I put it back with all the other ones that I'm not using. And I thought, boy, what a great resource I have, this little box with all these amazing cables in. So,
Hey, Todd.
Yes.
When I was testing out this beautiful Echolette pedal,
Yes.
you know what I used?
What did you use?
I used Tour Gear Design patch cables.
That's a good bet.
I mean, it worked. It works great.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of shapes.
Well, that's mostly
all kinds of sizes.
Canada into Canada.
Oh, well, we talked about this, but that was Australia where the cords run backwards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Yeah.
Asterisks, all that stuff. Anyways, go to Tour Gear after all of our nonsense. Go to Tour Gear Designs.
Load up your cart.
Load up your cart.
Load it up.
Get it.
All the shapes, all the sizes.
Treat yourself to it.
Yes.
And when you get that cart loaded, go and hit purchase. And don't fret. This is where you're going to get the little box that says enter your code. And you're going to put in what, Tony?
The guitar knobs, all lowercase, all one word.
That is correct. And that's going to save you how much, Tony?
It will save you 15% off already reasonably priced products.
I would say beyond reasonable.
Yes.
This is beyond reasonable.
From yet another friendly Canadian vendor.
Absolutely. We want to say a huge thank you to Tour Gear for sponsoring our Four on the Floor.
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3.
Four on the floor.
All right, Justin from Mile End Effects. Why don't you tell us your Four on the Floor?
All right. So I guess it's not really a pedal. Well, it's an effect. But the one thing I can't live without is my old Roland Space Echo.
Oh.
I travel everywhere with it. I have a little case. It's always my carry-on on the airplane.
Wow.
It's always fun going through security. They ask me like, "Oh, what is this thing?" And I ask them how much time they have for me to explain. Like, it's 1972, Japan. Think about it. Tape is everywhere. They're like, okay, it's a musical instrument. Get out of here.
Yeah,
the Roland Space Echo, specifically the RE150. I take it everywhere with me. It's just so foundational to my sound as a guitarist. I think that's got to be the number one.
And then just while you mention that, please remind us of your band name.
It's called You Do Right.
Spelled, You Do Right. Okay, so every time that you're talking about music, we're going to think You Do Right.
Yeah, that's my main group.
There you go. Okay.
And I just love it. There's something specific about the preamp section of the RE150. It's transistorized instead of using the I won't go into too much detail, but it's different from the other models.
I mean, we're no TSA, so you know.
Yeah, and more than just the echo of it, it's the preamp that I usually use like weak single coils, and it just gives it such a nice boost into anything.
Awesome. Okay. That's a pretty cool piece of gear to be the one thing that you kind of
Yeah, and it's the downsides of it is they tend to be finicky, but I service these things. I can hack it open if it's ever causing problems and figure it out usually. So that's.
Now, have you endeavored on like backstocking yourself? Like, do you run into them and say, I should get another one in case this one breaks?
Yeah, I have a few actually. My shop is a bit inundated by old tape echoes of varying states of disintegration.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
What's number 2?
Is it just like any gear that I can't live without, or
well, specifically pedals. There's 4 on the floor.
Specifically pedals. Yeah. I use generally some semblance of a Univox Super Fuzz circuit. Of course, when I can, I use the original old one, but I don't tend to tour with that too much.
I would assume that would be kind of tough to tour with, just simply because it's super old and it's super, wild.
Yeah, and like the thing is you have to have like a bypass looper for it, because it just is horrible for your bypass signal. Like it cuts off all the high end, and it might be I might have some leaky caps in mine, but some of the distorted signal still leaks into the clean signal. So you have this weird buzzing sound.
Oh,
it's an amazing sound. So practically, while we're talking about space echo, so I don't tend to bring that along with me, but yeah, the Univox Super Fuzz. I think it's my favorite fuzz.
okay.
Yeah. What else? It's boring to say a tuner, right? Yeah, it's boring.
It is boring. You can do better than that.
There's actually there's a pedal builder out of, I think, Minneapolis, who's like a total fuzz guru. His company name it's called Ear Effects. I don't know if you guys know about him.
Ear
Sound, I think it's called. And he does these like incredible vintage reproductions of old fuzz pedals. And he made me like a dizzy tone fuzz that that's one that's it's crazy. It's so good. And he uses he has this stash of old components and prints his own circuit boards. And
how have we not heard of this?
You should check him out. He
Ear
doesn't
fuzz effects.
Ear fuzz.
Dizzy tone. Okay.
Yeah. I know he sells a lot to like distributors in Japan. So because whenever I look up like YouTube videos of his stuff, it's always in Japanese. But he's a really, really nice guy and makes incredible pedals. I have another one in the mail right now that I ordered from him because he does a really great job and doesn't make a lot of them, but
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into this.
Yeah, definitely check him out. He's
if you talk to him before we do put a good word in for us, will you?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And that's one that in these past sessions at the studio, I used that pedal a ton, and it's a pretty big box, but I'm gonna have to take that on the road.
Jason
with me.
Zachman.
That's the guy. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on to. I'm going down the rabbit hole already. Right
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, I find like there's so many fuzz pedals out there.
Yeah.
That like, I don't know. It's just something about what he does really like ticks all of my boxes. He does a great job.
Well, let me ask you, when it comes to fuzz, I think this is where, fuzz is, there's as many fuzzes as there is like wines.
Yeah.
And not unlike wines.
It depends on the
soil. If you
soil.
say it plurally, it's, I don't know, somehow it's better. It is just wildly subjective.
Absolutely.
So tell us, like, what is that sort of the combination of things that you look for in a fuzz, or something that at least you hope you hear?
For me, like number one, it's having like a significant output in volume, and I know it's not really a flavor note of fuzz, but I really want to have my amp sounding like it's exploding when I turn it on. And there's certain qualities, like we could get into the debate of component choice, and we would never reach a conclusion there. But there's an alchemy of components that will make something sound the way you want it to sound. And sometimes I find if something is too clean sounding or almost too high fidelity, it kind of takes the character away from it, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
So I always look for like a big, huge bottom end, lots of low end, lots of volume, and
Do you look for a huge bottom end so you've already talked about you're a single coil guy. I'm taking this. Yeah. So you find that that's pretty critical to maybe rounding out your sound a little bit, or?
Yeah, I think so. Like when it comes to gain staging, like of course, like the band I play in is tremendously loud. Like we have something of a volume manifesto, and there's, to me, a good fuzz is gonna.
That is a great name for a band or a record. Honestly, that should be that's the name of your new record. You can have it. We're just giving it to you.
Volume manifesto.
Yeah, it's or like kind of a sonic manifesto. There have been times where like you have your clean sound, and I'm using big giant old Fender amps and high watts and stuff, and they have so much headroom that you could put a boost on and it goes to one level, and then you put another overdrive on that and it goes to another level.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite things to do is, in front of a crowd of people who don't think it can go anymore, you turn on a fuzz and it's just like the loudest thing you've ever heard. And it's just like jaw dropping,
Who let that swarm of bees in the room?
Yeah. It's just like, I guess I'm not doing a great job of explaining my ideal fuzz, but it's something that's just like a completely transcendental experience. When you finish playing, everybody's giggling because it's just like you've left your body and come back. That's kind of what I look for in a fuzz.
We were talking about this on a very recent episode, like the thing that when you can get your, whether you want to call it your guitar, your tone, your sound, whatever it is, to do the thing that maybe it's not supposed to do, or that you certainly aren't doing on purpose. That's like for me, that's like the holy grail of like of the guitar experience.
Oh yeah.
Not to the point where you're just making all kinds of like unintended racket and noise, but when you're doing it in the context of, this is what I'm intending to do, but oh, sound gurus, gods, please give me a little something extra here.
Yeah. Or like the self-consciousness of like, can I really like show that to anybody? Like, that's cool for me, but like, is there any like,
that's interesting.
Is this like, is music so standardized that I can't, will this go over well?
Right. Yeah. And it's hard to do that. And this was another aspect that we were talking about, which is, a lot of the older, when we think of some of the old pedals and stuff that were made, we just referenced this. I think it was last episode, actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
Where you have old, the gear of yore, right? And those things were made for not apartment playing dudes.
Right.
And trying to make that happen in today's modern gear without completely smashing out all the windows is tricky. Not impossible, but tricky.
Yeah.
And resorting to smaller amps and stuff. Do you have to deal with that at all? Is that sort of a little struggle that you have, or? In
Europe, it definitely is, because we, as part of our sonic or volume manifesto, we sometimes exceed 120, 125 decibels stage volume, and there's laws against volumes like that, especially in like France and Switzerland and Belgium. The Germans are more okay with it, but
now see, that surprises me. They have a process for everything.
Yeah. But we definitely deal with that, and it can be challenging. But I don't know. Someone has to support the window making industry.
Well, I'm going to dig into this just a bit, because I would love to hear what like cocktail you've come up with to say, like, okay, what was the main amp that you're using?
Well, I use two. I have it's like a Fender Super 6 reverb from the 70s. It's basically a twin, but a 6x10 combo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's huge. It's crazy. And
that's
then,
tough to get on a plane.
Yeah, but our backline company overseas has one that I rent every time. And it's funny because they're like, man, you're the only one who uses this.
I love it.
Yeah. So I use that. And then an old high watt DR103 100 watt from the early 70s with like a Marshall, like one of those big 8x10 cabinets.
Wow.
It's pretty intense, but it's fun, man.
Okay, so is there what I'm trying to get at is if you don't have that or those, and you have to, and some clubs like going, no, you maniacs aren't doing that.
Yeah.
What do you use amp wise, and have you found a combination like the pedal that goes, okay, if I can't use my Volume Manifesto Circle R tone and gear, this is the next best thing, but it's going to be at far less of volume.
Yeah, I mean, well, we like sometimes when we do like fly-in festivals and stuff, we're at the mercy of whatever they have. And I mean, we've had to do gigs where I'll plug into a couple of like deluxe reverbs and stuff like this, and they sound amazing. They're great amps, especially when they're cooking. But in the beginning, it was really challenging to get past that because for me, the performance is a symbiosis of like what you're feeling versus what you're giving into it. And it's funny, I asked there's a band from Toronto called Mets, and I asked their bassist, because they're also a crazy loud band, and I was like, what do you guys do when you go over to Europe and you have to do this? And he's like, man, you just got to rip. You just got to go for it. And like, it kind of stuck with me because he was like, yeah, it's not maybe the situation you want, but you're just going to like, just go and it's just rock, and it's good advice. Like use whatever you can to make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from you right now is that you are in an experimental rock band that is noisy, melodic guitar parts, maybe even effect-laden synthesizer soundscapes with deep bass grooves and patented percussive.
Are you on our Wikipedia page?
No.
He's just making this up.
This is spilling from my emotions, and it. I imagine this goes into like sprawling, cathartic musical pieces.
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah.
Sometimes drawing inspiration not only from post-rock, krautrock, and shoegaze, but maybe also from classical music. Am I right?
Yeah.
Echo, electroacoustics and mystique concerte. Yeah. Okay, you guys got me. I'm reading it from the thing, but I'm interested. I'm fully intrigued in this. I'm totally going to listen to you guys on the way home.
Oh man,
I can't wait. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. We have digressed a little bit from the 4 on the floor, but I think it's been a fun digression.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm taking
Did we get 4 on?
That's a great band name too. Fun digression, but just all one word. I like this. I like where we're going tonight. Let's get back to, I think, number 3.
I can't even remember where we were.
Wait, so I was on 4, right?
So we want 4.
Yes, numero 4.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously I use a lot of my own pedals, so I won't mention that, but, I'll say an overdrive. Actually, wait. Yeah, I'll say an overdrive that I really like is the DoD preamp 250, I think it's called, like the yellow one.
Yeah. That's like the OG one.
Yeah.
The lines and all that stuff. It's like one button. That's like one button, no knob, right?
There's like
one knob?
It's like a gain and a volume as well.
What am I thinking about the no knob one? I feel like I've seen that.
I think there's like a JFET preamp that they made back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's great.
What about that does it for you?
It's just like, it just makes it for a very, very great overdrive. It's really chimey. doesn't kill any of your low end. It's got lots of volume. I set the gain kind of low to just give a good boost. Mm-hmm. I modded mine before they were really valuable, so I like swapped some things out. But yeah, that's a great pedal, and I think you can still get the reissue ones are also really great. So if ever.
Yeah, those are super affordable too. Those are like about $100.
Yeah, totally. And it's something that I don't know if you can walk into a music store now and pick one up, because I think they maybe stopped making them. Mm. But I think the guy from DOD, I forget his name. One of the guys who worked for him started his own company. Spiral, is it Spiral?
Yeah. Spiral Effects.
Yeah. And he makes one of those preamps that the DOD 250. That's also amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw one at the Nashville Guitar Show, and I spotted it. I was like, ooh. And sometimes you see the old ones, and like the guys, they've had it since they were young whippersnappers, and they're just like, there's like this much money. Oh no.
Yeah, he knew what he had.
It was like $325. Like, what?
I was going to say they're like expensive now.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you for that 4 on the floor. Albeit long and drawn out, but I think it was really fun. You have me very intrigued on the things that you do with your guitar and your band, and I'm hoping that maybe that'll help others.
And if the best thing that can come out of all of this is that somebody starts a band called Volume Manifesto, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And maybe they too will create a unique sound where towering monoliths with roaring riffs crash against swarms of restless rhythms.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out. You make some awesome pedals, and we want to find out more about that. We are looking at the Echolette right now. This is the on mileendeffects.org, the Echolette NG-51 preamp. And for what it's worth, I'm going to throw these other ones out there, and we'll touch on as many as we can. You have the Collapse, spelled with a K, and 2 L's. I love that. Fuzz preamp. You've got the Peak dynamic preamp and buffer and harmonic enhancer. I mean, I don't know what that does yet, but it sounds very intriguing. The Julep stereo pan phase, and the Raptor cassette tape delay preamp. You really like preamps. And then you got the preamp 150.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because it's a 150 based on your beloved Space Echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
This is truly a very interesting lineup of pedals. That you have the Peak, and it piqued my interest big time. And they are really, I think, beautifully designed. They have lots of interesting bits, and I love that.
Yeah, kind of a retro design on lots.
Like mid-century industrial kind of vibe to a lot of this stuff, which is super cool. So,
well, let's talk about the Echolette, since that's the one that we have and we've had to try.
Absolutely.
Now, let me ask you this, Justin: did you have access to an original Echolette tape Echo?
Yeah. I've had a few. I have a habit of just buying broken ones and then restoring them, and sometimes people will ask me to repair their units, because there's not a lot of people who do that anymore. Mm-hmm. So I've had access to very many of them, and I have a few. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, in your experience, since you've dealt with so many of them, are they all very similar in terms of, let's just talk about the preamp.
Tony.
Or is there some diversity in them?
There is some diversity for sure. I mean, after 65, 70 years of something sitting around, there's going to be different tolerances and components. And
Just like Tony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not yet. Talk to me in 2 years.
But yeah, the also like the tube choice for that preamp stage is important.
How much of when you are spotting something like gear that you like, I'm guessing a number. I'm going to write this number down, Tony, and I think it is this ratio.
Okay.
When you see something, you're like, I love the way that this has been designed, the way it looks, maybe even the way it feels, the interactive nature of it physically versus the sound that it makes. What is that split percentage-wise for you?
Oh man, it's like an embarrassing ratio, probably. Like if something looks really cool and feels really cool, oftentimes I don't even mind if it sounds bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, I mean, the aesthetic aspect of a piece of gear, it can be just as inspiring as the sound you get out of it. You know,
I completely agree. I completely agree.
For sure.
It does. It makes you, especially for guitarists, like, because we get to look down and see all that stuff all the time, and for most of us, it changes a lot.
Yeah.
In case in point, I got this out of the box, immediately put it on the board, and ran over, turned on the AC30, and gave it a good little warm up, and I was just so excited to play through it because I was like, I love the look of this, and it was doing something kind of unique that I wasn't really expecting, but I also really loved the look of it, and it helped me kind of enjoy it a little bit more, I think.
Totally.
Tony, your experience with this, tell us that.
So I'm a big fan of the EP boost, which I actually have 2 or 3 of them now. I keep them. That's usually my one on all the time. And the thing I like about this, well, it's similar in that it's a tape echo preamp stage. This one seemed to have a little more diversity, and I'm guessing it's because of the internal voltage that you have. You can run it at 9 or is it 27 volts?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can. Well, you should only plug 9 volts into it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But internally, there's a switch on it.
26, 27, whatever it takes.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a switch that you can let it stay at the 9, basically straight 9 volts. Or if you flip it the other direction, which I liked, it's 27 volts, right?
Yeah,
internal.
Exactly. Yeah,
and 3 times that.
Oh, thrice, if you will. And I also ran it through my Vox, and I found it to be, it just really loaded really nicely into the Vox. I mean, it just gave it just that little bit extra. That even I think it to me it sounded better than the EP boost.
I agree, 100. I absolutely agree. I felt like it was a very musical sounding pedal, and I wasn't expecting that because when I hear preamp, that preamp doesn't, to me, conjure, oh, this is going to give me some new magic kind of tone dust. Yeah, it's more of a sort of a power thing. And I may be doing that completely wrong, but that's always what I expect out of it.
Yeah, and I felt that it even though there's no tubes in here, it had that kind of tube feel to it.
Yeah.
A little bit. It was a very dynamic preamp.
It didn't feel like sterile. And some preamps that I've definitely have felt like this feels very sterile.
Yeah.
But your approach to this, and we talked about the power triplicator, if you want to call it
triplicator.
But also your choice with the tone knob now, and I realize that this is all based off of the actual Echolette, but can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that's different.
Yeah. Well, the idea with the original Echolette tone control is that in the noon position, that's your signal, but turning it in either direction either cuts treble or cuts bass.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of just like it's either a high pass or a low pass filter, depending on which direction you turn it in.
Yeah.
And it's really effective, especially like, you're using an AC30. It does wonderful things to those amps.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This is also the bias on it, which is something that you don't. I feel like not all preamps have biases on them. At least, couple of ones that I have don't really have that. So that was a treat to play with because, as you have advertised on the website, you get glassy cleans, and then you can get like just downright exciting, who knows what's going to happen, fuzz style tones.
Can get pretty chewy. I mean, the bias control really came originally, like, essentially what I'm doing is using JFETs to mimic the sound of an ECC 83 tube. And they do a really great job. You can almost directly transplant the principles, like tube technology principles, to JFETs, and they compress in a really nice way. But it matters getting it up to the right operating voltages, and there's certain conditions that it will sound best in. And the transistors I use, I had to buy up a whole bunch of old JFETs that are really kind of impossible to find right now. So I went to my local electronics store and I asked if they had this, and they said, "Yeah, I think we've got about 1,500 of them." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll buy them all."
Wow!
And even within that name designation, that JFET, there's different ranges of operating voltages that it needs to work well at. So I figured instead of setting like the bias internally with a little trim pot to its optimal setting, you can actually get some pretty cool effects by starving it or overloading it. And so I put it on the front.
Yeah. Now tell us, preamp. I think preamps are one of the more misunderstood, maybe not by long-term veterans or people that are just, really good at guitar stuff. But whenever I get into conversations about preamps, those tend to end kind of soon because I just think a lot of people struggle with what to do with the preamp. I certainly did for a long time, and I was aware of them, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. Now, obviously, I learned a lot more in my later years, but can you share, because I feel like you're kind of an expert on preamps based on your product line.
I would never claim to be an expert at it, but
you are very well
I care about them.
Propped up for this conversation. Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about what a preamp does, and why we would want to use one.
Yeah. I mean, it's when we were talking about fuzz and our fuzz tone tastes, it's all very subjective onto what we're looking for. And you can look at literally any effect that you plug into your amplifier as a preamp. Like that's, it's pre your amplifier. But specifically with tape echoes and certain EQs and boosts and things, it'll add some more character to your sound. It'll interact maybe with the front end of your amp a little bit more. It can kind of give some levity. Sometimes even just hearing something a little louder will bring out characteristics in your amplifier that you weren't aware of, but essentially it's a pretty esoteric way of saying it just makes things sound a little better. You know, it's just adds a little bit of character to whatever you're putting into it, whether it's gain or volume or certain EQ frequencies.
Do you think that people who are trying to make their amp sound more ampy, without just, you know, goosing the volume on their amp, often, or just trying to push it, right? Most people might try for a like a low gain overdrive or a boost pedal, but then there's the preamp, which often sits over to the side, out of sight, of those two. Do you think that that a preamp actually does maybe a better job? I know I'm maybe putting words in your mouth and I shouldn't, but is that a thing? Do you think that's a thing?
Yeah, it absolutely can be. And it also works in the other direction too. You can use a preamp to make anything that's before it have an interesting character as well. You know, you could put it in front of or put it after a fuzz or after another overdrive. Or in my case, what I really like to do is take more sterile sounding digital delays and put it through a preamp, and it'll give it a specific character. You can depending on like how, obviously depending on the amp or output source, it's going to have a different interaction, but definitely preamps can help just give a little bit of a push to anything you want it to.
Yeah. I used it originally just straight up. I was like, I just want to see what this does with the amp. And then I put it after the Hello Sailor treble boost. And I was expecting to hear Armageddon, but what I was surprised to hear was a supremely extra characteristic coming out of the treble boost. It made all of the things that I was hearing accentuated, not blown out, and I couldn't believe it. And I've tried a couple of different boosts after it. I've tried a couple of overdrives after it, and it just hasn't seemed to work. Things would start to feel too like blocky, or too harsh. And to me, this was like the perfect. So if I'm just running the treble booster, which I do on quite a few of my songs, kicking this in was like the perfect, extra part in the song, or a solo boost or something like that, or just even making it sound just richer. I was really very surprised by that, and very happily surprised, because I haven't found another thing really that's kept the integrity of that pedal that I love, but making its signal just feel so much more there and extra, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like a pretty good way to describe a good preamp is, I mean, you could think about it in terms of recording. You use it in front of a microphone to boost certain frequencies, to do anything like this. But when you turn on a good preamp and then you turn it off and you feel like something's missing, that's kind of where that sits. You know, you're like, oh, that just like filled a space that maybe you didn't know you wanted filled. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You just hit the nail on the head, because honestly, when I did turn it off, I'm like, well, I don't want to not hear that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's a bunch of extra words.
That's like a triple negative.
It's a triple negative.
I don't want to not.
I don't want to not hear that no more. That's a quadruple negative.
Whoa.
But I think we all know what I mean. Like, no, turn that back on.
I want to hear it
immediately.
more.
Yeah. I honestly, I was like, I was thrilled to death, and I think you have something really special here.
Now, Todd, did you like the 9-volt setting or the 27-volt setting?
I liked them both, but for different reasons.
Okay.
And I think when I really wanted to kind of make it go for it, the 27 is fantastic, and it added a lot of meatiness to it. So when I was playing through my Viking, which has humbuckers, I kind of liked it a little bit more on the 9. And when I switched over to the side jack, I hit it to the 27, and that gave it, because I'm running, Justin, for just so you know, I'm running a noiseless Fralin P90s on that.
Oh, nice.
So it kind of like gave it that extra oomph. Anyways, one of the things that we do very well here is blather on about how much we like stuff. I'm sorry, but look, I want people to understand this is an exceptional pedal.
Yeah, I need to hear that, honestly, because otherwise I just sit in my workshop all day and huff solder fumes and feel bad about the world. So it's your words are very kind. It's very
good,
nice.
good.
Yeah.
No, it's we every once in a while we get a pedal in that we both really like a lot, and this is one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, that gave me great hope for the rest of your line. I would love to talk a little bit about that before we round third and start to head home. Is there you obviously have several pedals there.
Yeah, what was your first one that you put together?
Well, the first one I did was that Space Echo preamp.
Okay,
and that's kind of what got me into the world of not having something and really missing it. Having to originally tour without the Space Echo, I was like, something's not right here, and so I originally made it for myself. And gave it to a few friends, and then it kind of caught on. I got sued by Roland, and then
I hope you framed that.
Yeah, I have the cease and desist letter on
nice
my wall from the CEO of Roland Corp. But so that was the first one that kind of got me started. It's kind of what made this little job for myself, because I had given it to a musician I really look up to, and he ended up really spreading the word about it and saying nice things, and it kind of caught on a little bit.
So I would love to hear this. There's got to be a story to this, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 preamps, and they all seem to be, or at least a couple of them seem to be based on existing, tape echo / other kind of modulation boxes.
Yeah.
Was there a point where you said, "Hey, I like preamps, but not because they're preamps, but because they're from these machines"? Or what was how did you decide I'm going to make these based on other pedals or other effects units?
Well, I just, because at least with the Space Echo, I had tried the like Boss RE whatever Space Echo pedal, and I noticed it just didn't have the same character that I liked about my unit.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that. But there's only like there's that one and the Echolette pedal. Those are the only two that are like based on tape echo preamps. The others are different things that are combined with other effects.
Okay, all right.
Like with the collapse fuzz, that's just it's like an active Baxendal tone stack that you can use as a boost and EQ it. And that's like a very well-founded circuit. But yeah, I kind of did it because I couldn't really find it anywhere else.
Okay. So. Last thing, maybe I would love to know what the peak. It says dynamic preamplifier buffer and harmonic enhancer.
Yeah.
That's a lot of magic in one one explanation.
Yeah, I mean it's actually I used the preamp 150 Space Echo preamp as one component of that circuit. But used I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like harmonic exciters and things like this, but essentially, you sidechain certain specific frequencies that are there. You saturate them and introduce just a tiny little bit of that saturation back into the signal, and it creates higher order harmonics and all sorts of fun stuff. So it's just like really like kind of locked in tone shaping stuff, and it's actually creating harmonics that aren't present in the original signal. So it's not quite like an EQ that's boosting or removing frequencies. It's actually like creating new frequencies, and then also using like phase shifting low frequencies to kind of give a perceived boost in certain frequencies. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it's very esoteric, but it's again, it's one of those things that you turn it on, you're like, and then you turn it off and you're like, oh, I don't like that as much.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to have on your pedal board.
That's actually an excellent thing for a pedal to do.
Yeah.
Play me more.
I think we search for that in life too, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to get super weirdly deep, but I mean, I think it's true. Whether that's people or, experiences or products.
Yeah.
We all want that little sparkle dust on whatever we're doing.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay. Actual last thing I want to ask. I'm curious to know where the inspiration from your aesthetic choices come from. It feels like movies, and certainly some other things. But would you kind of shed some light on that?
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like the aesthetic aspect of any piece of gear is really important to the person using it. So I have no background in graphic design or anything. And so what I'll do is when I have a prototype circuit, I'll sit down in Microsoft Paint and just spend hours just moving things around until I like the way it looks. And then I send it to my screen printing friend, Tristan, who actually has Photoshop. So then he'll kind of take my ideas and turn it into something that's possible to screen print onto the pedals.
Nice.
And then of course, like with the Echolette and the preamp 150, they're derived very much from the aesthetic, the looks of those units.
Yeah. Well, the ones that aren't, which is your Collapse specifically, we're just kind of focusing on these two without, making this a 3-hour endeavor here.
A 3-hour endeavor.
Yes. The Collapse and the Peak.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, those look amazing.
Thanks, man.
If you don't have any trading in that realm of design, you may have missed the boat, man, because that's what I do for a living. And I immediately I was like, oh, wait a minute. This person knows what they're doing. I'll dig this.
Yeah.
I don't, I think my life has been, plagued with not really, if there's something I don't know how to do, I won't go and try to go to school for it. I'll just take so much time and obsess about it. So I feel like my learning curve is always just so much longer than most people's, because with these pedals, I'll spend weeks just farting around in Microsoft Paint and just like oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah.
So what other magic tricks do you have up your sleeve in terms of new pedal designs? What are you working on?
I'm always working on stuff. I have so many little projects on the go that will probably never see the light of day. Yeah, I don't know.
Those are the ones that are usually the most valuable. You're like, this thing? And somebody's like, yeah, if you only made one and it's crazy, I'll take it.
I've actually, like, a lot of my time when I haven't been just like doing production runs, I've kind of like that Jason guy from Earfuzz. He kind of like turned me onto the world of like Mojo pedals, and like I have like a collection of old like resistors and caps and transistors and stuff that I've just been making like really nice boutique-y fuzzes for my friends that, like people would go on Reverb and sell them for $1,000 a piece, but it's just like little fun projects for my friends that I like to. Christmas is coming up, so I'll probably make my dad a pedal and stuff like that.
That's cool. That's good. So he plays too?
Yeah, my dad's a musician.
Nice.
Is he a well-known musician that you're just trying to hide?
Well, he played in some really cool bands back in the day, like Canadian like alt rock bands and stuff. He really like. I mean, he's the reason. He's to blame for my obsession with all this stuff. Like, he's a total gearhead.
That's awesome. What's his name?
My dad's name is Jeff. So shout out to Dad if you're listening.
and of course that's Geoff, right?
No, just
Jeff.
Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Well, like Jeffrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeff, because clearly
your inspiration has created these pedals.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I owe a lot to. I
love to hear that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's great. We expect that we will be talking to you again in the future. I would love to carry on this conversation, and I will absolutely be keeping a close watch on the things that you're doing because I'm into it.
Oh man, thank you.
Yeah, and let us know if you have some new things that you want to announce. Because you're part of the family now.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm very happy about that. That's you guys are the sweetest.
Why don't we round third and head home there, buddy?
Okay, I can do that.
Do it.
Todd, at this point...
Get a little bit of this.
No, that's not it. Stop pushing all the buttons, Todd. You're driving me.
I hit them all. Okay, go.
At this point of the show, Todd, there's a little game that we like to play called...
Let me get a little bit of this.
No.
Shoot, that was on accident. I really didn't mean to do that.
Would you
Thank you.
Yes, Would You Rather is the correct name of the game. This week's Would You Rather, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Joe Walsh just had a big auction that ended today. Can
you imagine him as an auctioneer?
No, Julian's auction house. So actually, I want you take $25, and then who's next?
Oh man, I want to see that.
Anyhow, Julian's did this, and Joe, out of the kindness of his heart, he had like 800 items, like
I'm sure
clothing, guitars, a couple of cars.
Yeah.
And
he can't drive, so.
That's right. He lost his license.
Yeah.
Now he can't drive.
Yeah.
But anyhow, the proceeds were for Vets Aid, which was a very nice cause.
Veterinary practice?
No. Veterans.
Veterans.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You see. And here's the deal. You get a call from Mr. Don Henley himself.
Okay.
It's time for another tour for the Eagles, right? It's a good paying gig.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
But Joe can't do it. He feels bad. He wants to just sit back and relax a little bit,
Yeah.
take in the California sunshine and all that stuff. And the reason he feels really bad because there's no room on the bus, so you're going to have to drive yourself. But the one car that sold at the auction was his 2007 Ford Mustang Shelby GT 500.
Oh, my goodness.
That went for a mere $102,000. Now, the car that did not sell, he's going to let you borrow it. Would you like to guess what car that is?
This is a car?
It's a car.
It's a Maserati.
No.
It does a 185.
No. The car that didn't sell is his 2013 McLaren MP4 12C Spider.
Okay, that's a lot of
It's a two-seater
Now we got to look
monster.
that up. Huh?
Look it up.
What is it again?
It's a McLaren MP4 Spider.
MP4. What year is that?
This one's a 2013.
Oh, okay. So it's a new. Okay,
It's a newer one.
I thought it was some kind of.
No, well, this is still a cool car.
Yeah, what's he doing with that car?
I don't know.
I mean, besides getting rid of it.
Well,
Okay.
it didn't sell. So that's the one you get to drive.
Okay.
The other thing is, because he feels really bad and you're going to have to play his guitar parts, he thinks you ought to have one of his guitars.
Now we're talking.
Now this is how it all comes together, you see.
Yes.
Now, for those who don't know, Joe Walsh was a founding member of the Eagles, of course. Before that, he was in a band called the James Gang, based up here in Cleveland, Ohio. And he's played with Ringo Starr in his all-star band and things
He
like that.
opened for Tom Petty.
He opened for Tom Petty.
When he came
exactly.
here. Yeah.
You are correct. So, he says, I got two guitars, man, and you can pick one of them, man. My apologies in advance to Joe Walsh.
Yes.
I have nothing but respect for you. But Todd makes me do things like this.
I'm not making you
So,
do this.
like, you could take one of my Duesenberg star players, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can take one of my Les Paul standards, man.
Yeah.
You see? And here's a little side note.
All right.
Did you know, and you probably know, but not everyone out there knows, that Joe Walsh actually sold Jimmy Page the 59 Les Paul that became known as number one.
Really?
Yes. The James Gang was opening for Led Zeppelin, and the telly that Pagey was playing at the time wasn't cutting it in live stuff. And Joe said, you ought to try one of these Les Pauls, man. And anyhow, so in your tour, self-driving tour
Yes.
with the Eagles, following all the buses,
Yes.
in a McLaren Spider, would you rather have one of his Duesenbergs, which one of the Duesenbergs that sold at the auction went for $35,000,
Gee, Winnie Christmas.
or one of his Les Pauls, and his stage played Les Paul sold for $29,000.
Okay. That's a good question. Now, the Duesenberg, just in case people are wondering, like, I don't know what that model is. It is
It's like a semi-hollow.
It's a semi-hollow. It's got a single F-hole.
Yeah.
It is like Les Paul size-ish.
It's a little bit larger.
A little bit, but it's not like 335, like
Not
or
Gretschy.
anything like no,
Yeah,
not Gretschy, not.
And it's a
into
thin
that.
body too.
Yeah, so it is a smaller version, but it has all the bells and whistles on what you think a typical semi-hollow, bigger body guitar would look. With it's got like a Duesenberg style trim, but like the Bigsby style, with the trapeze,
Bigsby-ish, yeah,
and
with a roller bridge.
yeah, a bunch of extra stuff. It's got a lot of stuff on it. This is a stuffed guitar.
Lots of stuff. Flashy.
stuff.
The
Flashy.
flashy guitar. The other is just, a sunburst standard,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
nothing wrong with that.
Sounds good. Tony, go ahead, and then let's check in with Justin.
For my money, I'm doing the Duesenberg Star Player. One,
Interesting.
because that is seems to be Joe's guitar go-to of choice. At least when we saw him, and every time I've ever seen him, he always seems to be playing a Duesenberg. And they're a cool guitar. It's something a little bit different. Not that there's anything wrong with a Les Paul standard, but I think if you're going to have to take the place and fill the shoes of Joe Walsh, you might as well play a Duesenberg.
That's fair. And it comes in loads of different colors.
Yeah.
Does he have like his like main color?
There were, God, he was.
I feel like I remember seeing a royal blue.
I think there's that. There's an orange one. There's
there's loads of colors.
I'm sure they gave him one of every color.
It's kind of all Gretschy colors, except a lot of them.
Yeah,
Anyways,
many.
Okay, good. Let's see, Justin, what are you doing?
Well, I'd have to ask which is the least expensive of the two.
They're probably
I would say, well, I mean, if you were to go out and buy them right now, probably the Dudzik is probably a little less than a Les Paul Standard.
Yeah,
I mean, barely.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the same ballpark.
Only because if I was putting one of those guitars into the back seat of a car like that, I feel like it would take me 25 seconds to crash it into a wall or something. I'd want to take the least expensive guitar I could.
Well, there would be a hard case included, okay?
Okay, yeah, okay.
And in case, so if you aren't actually seeing it yourself, it is the Duesenberg Star Player. Now, we should mention it does have quite the vibrato on it.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with that.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, that's a nice guitar. I don't have any experience with them, but they look really, really nice.
Yeah, they are nice instruments. Yeah.
Todd? Well, because I have two that are similar to that in the sense that they have a gold and a black Hagstrom Viking with the Les Trems on it. I'm going to go with the Les Paul.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Indeed.
That's a surprise to me. I had you pegged for a Dudzik.
It's almost like it's a bit too much.
A little too much.
It's a little too much.
You don't know, you go there and then you go a little more. It's a little too much.
Yeah.
It's like going to 9 volt or 27 volt. A little too much.
Yes.
You can't have too much fun. We're not mad.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a pretty good one, Tony.
Yeah.
Well done. That's one of your better ones.
One of my better ones.
One of your better ones, yes.
Wow, I'm going to have you rank all of my...
No, I don't have time to do that. But
rank being the key word.
Yes, we need to thank a few people, and we need to let our pal Justin go.
Yes, indeed. So that's at this point of the show, there's a special group of people that we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Now, an executive producer helps make this show possible. How do you become an executive producer? You head over to patreon.com/The Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate. Become a sponsor, a friend, a hero of the podcast. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts, opportunities to win great stuff, giveaways. We've got giveaways. T-shirts. We've got T-shirts now.
Well, we have for a long time.
Trucker hats. We got trucker hats.
We don't have trucker hats. Stop saying all the things we don't have.
And we have cowboy hats with feathers.
Yes.
And cowboy boots. We're getting a new line of cowboy boots in. Just wait and see.
Okay.
And then the double zipped hoodies, like a biker jacket hoodies. We're doing those too.
I'm going to edit all that out. Go.
But I'm told there's one thing more in addition to all that stuff. Oh, will you please learn the buttons?
You get to have your name read on the thing.
You get to have your name read on the thing. That's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, John Esterly from Reverb Effects, John Sebastian, John Helverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Plutone, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology, what? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Lamb, Tom Brazen, Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Vader and Pedals, Caribou Gone, and Ed Rossler.
Yes, y'all.
But Todd, there's more because there's a special group of executive producers. We call them our Grand Poobahs. These are the A number ones, the top of the heap, the cream of the crop. And they wear a fez upon their head whilst listening to this podcast, you see. Mm-hmm. So special thanks to these Grand Poobahs. Anthony Jamalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, Brian Robinson, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex Matos, John Williams, Martin Cliff, Matt Hart, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wow pickups. Jonathan Labate from M2 Labs, Ty Barnes, James Castellano, and our bestest buddy in the world, Kenny Howe.
All right. Thank you all so very much. Can't do it without you. We're looking forward to 2026.
Wow.
In which we still won't be able to do it without you.
That's right. We'll need you even more.
Yeah,
with all the tariffs and everything.
Yes, and all the things. Yes, we're not running a Bitcoin side farm or whatever it is. On the side.
You're not?
No.
I thought that's how we funded this.
No, definitely not. Anyway, so thank you. If you're thinking about it, if you went the whole year and you said, you know what, 2026 is around the corner, and that's a great time to start. So thank you ahead of time. How about that?
Yeah.
We need to say a tremendous thank you to Justin of Mile End Effects, making some awesome stuff up in Montreal.
Where can people go to find the great stuff that you make, Justin?
You can go to mileendeffects.org.
And the socials?
Oh, yeah, and on Instagram.
Okay.
And sometimes I make cool videos on YouTube.
Nice.
Okay. And make sure you go and listen to You Do Right. Now, I think it's worth saying it is YOODOO right.
Like the Can song. Listen to Can, too. It'll
Like
change
the
your life.
Can song. Yes. Yeah, it's been awesome talking with you. I love where your head's at with music and the approach that you have to the pedals, and I think it's great stuff, and I hope everybody else jumps on that wagon too.
Yeah, thanks so much. It was great to talk to you guys. It's really, really a pleasure.
Awesome. Tony?
Yes, Todd?
Where can people find the things you do?
Well, just head over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make pick guards for guitars. I mean, it's right there in the name, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you get one? Shoot me an email. Let me know what you need, what you're trying to do, what color you want, what pickups you're using, what Echolette you're using, and all that stuff too.
Okay.
And I'll make something special for you. You know, Todd, you like to say it's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
That is correct. Yes, and if you would have chosen the Duesenberg star player, Tony could make you a super duper awesome
glitter guard for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can shoot me a direct message on Instagram at Guitar Knobs. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you think of the episode. Tell us what kind of gear you're digging. Say hello. Just start there. We'll say hello back. I'm pretty sure.
We might even sing it back.
Nope, not going to happen. Anyways, as the year ends, we hope you had a good one. We look forward to a great one ahead. And stay positive.
I'm getting dressed as Baby New Year this year.
Oh, my gosh. Try to erase that from your brains. That's what you're leaving us with? Have a fantastic Guitar Week and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Good. How are you?
Oh, let me tell you. Yeah. It's like if you're over there and you're like, I'm building pedals, I'm doing my thing, and then you're like, I haven't gotten an email in a while, and then all of a sudden it's like 6 hours of have you ever fish?
Can we just breathe in?
Yes.
And breathe out.
Yes.
Hi, Justin. This is Tony. How are you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Todd's
melting down over here, so I'm going to take over tonight.
Well, just make it work. Turn it on. Make it work.
Is that what you're saying?
Right. No. I just picked up the Echolette, and I'm rubbing the backside of it just on my cheek to soothe me. It's nice. It's cold. It's golden. It's smooth.
Nice.
The calming effects.
There you go.
I'm better now.
I thought you went to beauty
bit.
School there.
Yeah, it was a beauty school dropout, and then that's why I went.
We could try this interview in French if you like.
No.
I've been listening in on.
Oui? No.
Jen is doing the Duolingo in French.
yeah?
I picked up a
Nice.
couple of things.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah. Tony's the king of the low hanging fruit. So. You want to say it. You're saying no, but you're going to say it anyways. I know you are. And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.